All right, so here's an update out of the San Antonio Spurs office. Kawhi Leonard, man. So they've made an offer to Philly. They want Markelle Fultz in the package. They want Robert Covington in the package. They want picks on top of picks in the package as well. But craziest thing in the world to me, I'm shocked by this. Philadelphia will not part ways with Markelle Fultz. Now, here's why I'm shocked. Because I get it. Philadelphia drafted Markelle Fultz #1 in the draft last year. Supposed to be a piece of your franchise going forward. You didn't play Markelle Fultz in the playoffs this year. You didn't play the #1 pick in the NBA. You didn't play him. He was available. He was healthy. And mentally, y'all say he ain't have it. I'm just finding it hard to put together how the #1 pick who's healthy, who missed pretty much all of the season, and the Philadelphia 76ers needed a score. Needed a score. And at the bare minimum, even if you lose the series to Boston in the second round, you put him in there because you want him to get those ticks. You want him to be ready going forward next year. I mean, he could have been ready to go with that momentum that he got in the playoffs, even in a losing effort against the Boston Celtics. I still think they would have lost against Boston, Markelle Fultz in the lineup a lot, or not. But I'm just thinking in my head, like, yo, Philadelphia is not playing the #1 pick in the draft, Markelle Fultz, who sat out pretty much all this year. I look on the other side of the court. I'm looking at Jason Tatum. Look, think about this. Jason Tatum, the 3rd pick. And don't forget this. This is crazy to think about. Don't forget, the Boston Celtics traded the #1 pick in the draft to Philly for #3. Remember that? Remember last year in the draft, Boston had the #1 pick. They traded backwards to Philly, who was at 3. The Lakers were in between, right? So the Celtics traded from 1 down to 3, and then Philly went from 3 to 1, and they drafted Markelle Fultz, and Boston got Jason Tatum. Remember, Danny Ainge came out and said, look, we'll still get our guy at 3. Remember that, right? So they still got Jason Tatum at 3. They knew Philly would mess this thing up. So I'm looking at Jason Tatum in the playoffs against the Philadelphia 76ers, lighting them up, having a great series. No Kyrie Irving, no Gordon Hayward, no problem. First playoff series as a rookie. Going out, getting buckets, making clutch baskets. He did it in the first round against the Milwaukee Bucks. Did it against the Philadelphia 76ers. He's playing crazy 30, 35, 38 minutes, whatever it takes to win the game. Look on the other side of the court. I'm looking at Markelle Fultz in a suit. The #1 pick in the draft. You traded up to get this guy and you let him in a suit. You left him in a suit in the playoffs after he missed the whole season. You didn't think it was smart to give him that experience? Heck, let's go back around. First round, Philadelphia handled Miami. What did they get rid of him in 5 games? 5 games? You didn't think it was a smart idea to get him some clock against a team that you handled? They handled D-Wade in the Miami Heat. You don't want to get your guy minutes? The #1 pick, one of the guys that's supposed to be the face of your franchise? To me, it tells me what they think of Markelle Fultz, right? So if that's my thinking, what they thought about Markelle Fultz, because it wasn't an injury, they're just thinking he didn't have it mentally. He lost the confidence in his game, right? So if that's your theory, why would you just not include this guy in the package for Kawhi Leonard? If you thought Markelle Fultz wasn't good enough to play a minute into your playoffs after you drafted him #1, trade him. For 1 year, I'd take my chance on Kawhi. Because I know I don't got it in Fultz. And at least I give myself an opportunity to pull an Oklahoma City Thunder. Remember, the Oklahoma City Thunder traded Victor Oladipo and Sabonis last year for Paul George in Indiana. Indiana only traded Paul George because he said, I'm not signing an extension with you guys. I want to be a Los Angeles Laker. Paul George had 1 year left on his deal. He was a free agent July 1st this year, right? The Thunder made that move on a risk. They gave away their last assets, meaning if PG would have left, all you had is Russell Westbrook and maybe Steven Adams to trade. So, remember, that's pretty much all they had. So, the Thunder ended up signing PG long-term the other day. If I'm the Philadelphia 76ers, Kawhi Leonard is better than Paul George, and I love Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is a Finals MVP, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year when healthy. I'm definitely taking a risk on him. He wants to be in LA. But sheesh, things happen. Give me a season. Yo, if freaking OKC can convince Paul George to stay playing with Russell Westbrook selfish behind and Carmelo selfish behind, and they lost a lot of games and got eliminated in the first round to a rookie and Donovan Mitchell in Utah, all due respect to Utah, if the Thunder could convince him to stay, I gotta believe Philly could have convinced freaking, I think Ben Simmons probably going to be an all-timer with his passing ability. And Joel Embiid, who has all-time talent as well, just got to stay healthy. I'm thinking they could convince, and they got to the second round of the playoffs last year. I'm thinking they could convince Kawhi Leonard to stay. But Philadelphia will not. Right now, they won't pull the trigger on Markelle Fultz. That is unfathomable to me. That's the latest on that deal. San Antonio wants Fultz, but call me crazy. The Philadelphia 76ers don't want to part ways with him. I don't get that. Maybe somebody can make sense of that in my comment section below. Please talk to me, comment box below. Tell me what I'm missing. I just don't get it. If I'm Philly, Covington, gone. Fultz, gone. Picks, I give you a couple of them. That's just me. What do I know? I'm not a GM. I'm out.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now, you're turning up on MrTaliaFerro.com, shawty.